Today, we're going to dive into something pretty incredible: the powerful and often totally unconscious reactions of our own bodies. We're going to explore how our nervous system pretty much shapes our reality, and more importantly, how we can learn to work with it to create this deep, real sense of inner safety. This quote, wow, it gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? Before your brain can even label what's happening, your body is already there. It's feeling something. It's a deep physical truth about how we move through the world. You know that feeling, right? That sudden jolt of anxiety, or the knot that just appears in your stomach, or maybe a flash of anger that seems to come from absolutely nowhere. Well, that's not random. That's your nervous system talking. And believe me, it has a long, long story to tell. So let's start with this really cool idea. Think of your nervous system as the hidden narrator of your life. Seriously, it's back there in the background, constantly interpreting everything, shaping your feelings and reactions from a script that was written a long, long time ago. And most of the time, we don't even know what's happening. Think about it. When we were little, nobody sat us down with a PowerPoint presentation to explain what was safe or what was dangerous. Nope. Our bodies learned it all through direct experience. You know, the feeling of being held, those moments of fear, a sense of real connection, or maybe the sting of being alone. Those are the things that literally built the wiring for how we see the world today. And all of that, all those early experiences, they didn't just vanish. They came together to form what we can call our survival blueprint. It's this deep, automatic guide for how to get through life and, above all, how to survive. The official term for these reactions is adaptive responses, and it is so important to get this. These are not weaknesses. They're not flaws. This is your autonomic nervous system, the part of you that runs on pure instinct, doing its job. These responses are proof of your body's incredible wisdom. They are the very strategies your younger self figured out to get through some really tough, maybe even unsafe times. I bet you've heard of these: fight, flight, freeze, and maybe even fawn, which is that instinct to people-please your way out of conflict. These became the go-to tools in your body's survival toolkit, ready to be whipped out in a split second, totally automatically. Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. We have to look at how that old blueprint, that old survival map, echoes into our lives right now. Because the same reactions that were absolutely essential for survival back then, well, they can cause a lot of pain and distress in our adult lives. And here is the huge paradox of it all. That constant state of high alert that kept you safe as a kid, it might be showing up as crippling anxiety now. That amazing ability you had to just numb your feelings to get through something painful, well, that might be the very thing making it hard to feel close to the people you love today. Does any of this sound familiar? Your heart hammering in your chest during a simple disagreement? Or that feeling like you can't breathe when you try to say no to someone? Or just going completely blank after an intense conversation? I want you to hear this. That's not you overreacting. Those are physiological echoes from an old map. It's your body just trying to keep you safe. So this brings us to a really important turning point. Trying to fight these reactions or shame them or control them, it usually just makes them louder. The real path forward, the way to actually heal, starts with a huge shift in how we see things, moving from a place of control to a place of genuine compassion. So what does that shift look like? Well, it's moving away from that old story of judgment, the one that says, I'm so broken. Why do I do this? And instead, moving to a place of simple, curious awareness. Oh, okay, my body is having a response. Just that. That simple act of noticing, without all the judgment. It's the first and honestly the most powerful step you can take. Okay, so let's get practical. How do we actually do this? How do we start teaching our bodies a new way of being? How do we send a signal deep down into ourselves that we are safe right now, in this moment? And listen, this is so key. You can't just think your way out of a nervous system response. It doesn't work that way. The healing has to come from the bottom up, starting with the actual physical sensations in your body. We have to give our bodies new experiences of safety that they can actually feel. So here is a super simple but incredibly profound practice you can use anytime. First, just notice. Notice the feeling in your body without judging it. Second, acknowledge it. Literally say to yourself, okay, this is a response. Third, breathe. Slow, deep breaths tell your brain that the danger has passed. And fourth, ground. Connect to right now. Feel your feet on the floor. Name 5 things you can see around you. Honestly, think of these little practices as medicine for your nervous system.
And let's be really clear about something. The goal here is not to become some perfectly calm Zen master 24/7. That's just not realistic, right? The real superpower is something called self-regulation. It's the ability to recognize when you're getting thrown off balance and to gently and compassionately guide yourself back home. That's the real magic.
So as we start to wrap this up, I want to leave you with a final thought about what this journey really is. It is not a straight line. It's not some destination you finally arrive at and then you're fixed. It's a continuous, gentle process of returning. You're still going to get triggered sometimes. You will absolutely have moments where the old patterns just take over. And you know what? That is perfectly 100% okay. The real work, the real healing, is in the return. It's in the moment you notice, oh, I've been pulled away again, and you just gently, without any shame, come back. Back to your breath, back to your body, back to this moment. You see, you don't have to force this. You just have to practice safety, one single breath at a time. And every single time you do that, you strengthen a new neural pathway. You are quite literally rewiring your nervous system. Just let that sink in for a second. With every deep breath you take, with every small act of self-compassion, you are doing so much more than just calming yourself down today. You are reaching back through time. You're offering the younger part of you the safety and peace that it always, always needed. And so we end right here with this question. This whole process, all this work of rewiring your nervous system, it isn't really about becoming someone new. It's about gently, patiently, removing the layers of survival strategies to remember and to finally return to the truth of who you've always been underneath it all.